it's not too late to start, like we've talked about. Start stacking those skills, get those goals rolling, get going. Let's make 2026 a good year. Not new year, new me. It's going to be this, what is it? Not new year, new me. Same me, but better.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Same me, but better.
We're back. Back to the chopper. But getting later into February now with this episode, so the volleyball tournament is coming quickly. Quickly. We are, what are we at? A few months away? February, March, April? Like 3 months away at this point. So 3 months away from the volleyball tournament. Details coming soon. More and more. Yeah. I am.
Sorry, I'm putting my coat on. So this is one of many that we've recorded today.
It's only 30 degrees down here. It's not that bad.
The hypothermia is getting to me.
Plus drinking a freaking mimosa, a frozen mimosa.
Yeah, literally.
Probably doesn't help. But so May 30th, Roughnecks Volleyball Tournament, the competitive fours. That is competitive. It is not just backyard volleyball. This is competitive volleyball.
Bring your A game.
Yes. You're going to want to because I don't know why. I'm not playing, and I'm not that good. So, but and then the sixes will be in February. Good Lord. September, those will be, that's your kind of more of your everyday person volleyball tournament if you want it to be. It does get kind of competitive though. We do have some good teams that play. So, kind of going into this episode, being a good guy isn't enough in 2026. You have to be a capable guy. Honestly, it should have never been enough. I don't know why I said in 2026. This year should be, people should focus on not being just a good guy. You need to be capable. You need to be well-rounded.
Or, not even specifically to men, right? Just good person. No, yes. It's not being a good person. It's about being a capable person, right? I guess when you say that, what do you mean by that, you know?
So I kind of go, like, I look at things, I'm always trying to learn. I want to know more, and, almost skill stack. People are surprised by me. Like, have you seen the new thing going on? I think I saw it on Facebook where, like, people are putting in the AI and, like, create a picture of themselves, a cartoon version of themselves. So they're doing it. They're using AI, and you, like, tell it, like, what your job is and what you do. And I made one, too, and I realized, holy crap, I have a lot of things that I do. Because I was like, I think mine was like, construction pool installer who has a podcast, who also has a photography, videography business, who likes to hunt and fit. I'm like, good God, I have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And, I look at it, I'd rather be, I always say I'm good at a lot of things and great at a few things. Like, I'd like to be knowledgeable at least, and some things like the racquetball, not my thing. Not racquetball, pickleball, not my thing, because it pisses me off that I'm not that good at it. Golf, I love golf. I'm terrible at it most of the time, 95% of the time. But like,
you'll have that one good shot, keeps you coming back.
It does every time. It drives me nuts. But, I like to continuously learn about things, and I'm a big podcasts. I learned about this hacker guy, Ryan Montgomery, on Sean Ryan's podcast, like listening to him talk about things, and it was like opened my eyes to a lot of things. And then I started going down rabbit holes and learning a little bit about kind of that world. And not that I'm ever going to hack or be that kind of guy, like a IT type guy necessarily, but just understanding it a little bit more.
Right. And I think it's important to know that you don't have to be the best at everything you do. It's very valuable to be, like, let's say you were the number one person in a particular area, but what else can you do? Life isn't about just one particular topic or thing. You have to be a well-rounded, think of it as a Swiss Army knife, right? You could just be a knife, but you could also be a Swiss Army knife that has a bunch of different tools to help in different situations and really irreplaceable at a point.
Well, like in my line of business, so installing like construction work, essentially, you could be the best at installing a patio, but if you have no people skills, you don't know how to communicate with clients, you have no way to you have no organization, you don't know how to, manage a project or anything like that. You're just a guy that's good at one thing.
Right.
And that, in my opinion, that decreases your value as an employee.
100%.
In a sense.
You can find another guy who's just as good at that one thing.
Even if he's a little worse at installing, the construction side of things, but he's well-rounded in all three, you're more valuable than the guy that is, quote-unquote, the best
100%.
at one thing. And good Lord, I'm over here making all kinds of noises, dropping things, hitting things. But, like, it's important to, and I think reading's a huge thing with that. Reading, podcast, and that's, like, we talked, I think, 2 episodes ago about leadership. You were talking about, and you said, reading and listening to stuff. I think that's the best way to learn nowadays. Honestly, I mean, podcaster became huge for learning.
Yeah, I mean, the blue-collar scholar in a sense, right? Reading books and not everyone likes the same books. I'm like, find what you like to read, but it really does allow you to view things from one, a different perspective, two, learn things that maybe you weren't aware of, or learn everyday situations that you can actually put a name to now. Like, oh, it's happened to me before, but I didn't know what it actually was. I just knew it happened. So really just using knowledge and building of that knowledge to really make you the ultimate warrior in a sense of having a fully built out skill set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the goals that I made for Sierra this year was because she likes to read. You talked about, not everybody likes the same types of books. She reads fiction books a lot. Like, that's pretty much all she reads. I was like, one of my goals is I want you to read one nonfiction book this year. And she's like, are you picking? I was like, no, you can read whatever you want, but I want you to read one nonfiction book this year. Because she's like, I mean, that girl, she's already read like 20 books this year.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
How the hell? I was like, it takes me, we'll be sitting in bed and
I got to sound out each word.
And I'm like, I'm still on the first paragraph.
Right.
You've already read 3 pages. But we've talked about it's so much easier to read through a fiction book than a nonfiction book because you don't pay as much of attention to everything. But with nonfiction, like, I'll reread things like 4 times because I'm like, wait a second, hold on. Like, I try to understand it. And I kind of, my brain just froze. Like that freaking mimosa. No, like my brain was just like,
squirrel.
It's like the Windows sound, doo-doo-doo,
Yeah.
shutting down. Kind of going into some skills, the rarest skill today, and we've kind of touched on this in the past couple episodes, can you look at someone in the eyes, shake their hand, and explain a complex problem?
A lot of people can't.
Honestly, I could do it. My struggle, and I'm doing it right now. I'm catching myself about to talk about it, and I'm doing it right now. It's the eye contact thing. Mm-hmm. For some reason, I start getting weirded out. Like, I'm like,
yeah.
Why are we staring at each other's souls?
Right.
I actually had a meeting last week or 2 weeks ago with an organization that I do work for, and we sat, had dinner, had beers, and I caught myself so much not looking at them and just kind of like looking at my iPad like, yeah, so this and that. And I'm like, look him in the eyes. We're having a conversation. And he's looking at, that's the other thing. You can feel them looking at you.
Right.
So I think it's important. Eye contact is really starting to go away.
Yeah, and I think it just all comes with the digital age, too, of like being able to talk on the phone about a lot of things. But like actually like talking someone face to face, or I think, and I mean, in my professional life or job role, like being in sales, I have meetings, I have presentations, I have to stand up in front of a room of, let's say, 50 to could be 200 people and give a presentation and try to look at all of them. I can't just sit and stare at it like a...
See, I can do that easier.
Yeah, but it's
like
one-on-one.
It's one-on-one that I struggle with. Because you don't have to look at you don't have to stare at one person when you have multiple. You can scan over. Hell, you can look at the top of their heads and you're looking at them.
The one-on-one eye contact, I mean, I think I do a decent job at it. I guess it really depends on the situation, though. In a professional setting, I think I kind of tighten up a bit and can do it. And then, like, in a non-professional setting, I'm probably not that good at it, of, like, more just, like, eyes going all around, like, look like I'm fucking wigged out or something, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, I catch it's nice in the line of work I do because I have sunglasses on. So, like, I can look at them but not look at them.
Right.
So
yeah. You got a little visor, tinted windows, you know.
But I always ask people, I'm like, can you see through my sunglasses?
Yeah.
But these like the clear ones?
Right. I mean, communication is huge. Also, financial literacy. We won't build on. I mean, on the last episode, we talked a lot about it. So hopefully, if you haven't listened to that, please tune into our previous episode. But that's a very important skill to have to make a well-rounded individual. So start thinking about how your company makes money, how what does this money do when a company makes the money? Do they reinvest it back into their products? Do they reinvest it back into their people? So just
what's your boss driving?
Exactly. So start to understand what money does and view it as a commodity more than attaching emotions to money, because I promise money doesn't care about you.
Well, and like kind of going off of that, it's not just doing your job. Like you should start to understand the why and the how things work, whether it's your department or not. Understanding, it's like I realized a lot. I think kind of a weird example is when I switched to corner in college. I think part of the reason they trusted me there is because I knew what was going on behind me with the safeties, because I was always a safety. And I know, and as a corner, you think that way because you're like, no, it can get you in trouble if the safety doesn't do his job. But you're like, all right, I can let this go now because this guy go now in this zone coverage because I know the safeties should be right there. Like you start to build that sense of things. And it's because I understood multiple different areas.
Right.
I was kind of forced. I didn't really have much of an option, but I wasn't going to complain about playing. And that's the same with work. Like, me personally, like I am not the greatest. I don't love the construction side of it as much anymore, but I still continuously learn about it because also, that's stuff some of it I can bring home and I can do things around my own house that make it like that patio. If I would have never done that if I didn't do what I did and learn the things I've learned. And I look at it now and I would have changed things because I've learned more over time. I know a lot about the areas in my job because, I mean, we're a small company, so you kind of can figure out things. But I'm continuously learning and asking why, or, why are we doing that? Not in a way of like, why are you doing that? Of like, I want to learn. Like, teach me why do we do this?
Yeah, and I mean, even with building off of kind of like you having the skills to build your patio. I mean, having those handy skills is so important. I mean, I wish I was a bit more handy. Like, dude, I can look up a YouTube video and like do some shit for sure.
Yeah,
but there's
you can run a shovel, buddy. We've had people that don't know how to use a shovel.
Fair. I mean, but there's some I know I could change my own oil, change my own brakes. I mean, sometimes it's easier just to take it to Valvoline or something, But
dude, I'm to the point I don't even want to do my own.
Right.
It's not even cheaper anymore.
Yeah,
it used to be cheaper to do it yourself. Now it's not.
Yeah. So I mean, it is good to have just a nice, well-rounded skill set at the end of the day, and you choose the skills that you want to learn, but make yourself valuable in this world.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be like, an electrical, learning from electricians or plumbing. It could be, learning about computers, learning about, I don't even know what else there is to think about, but, there's different areas that you could learn about. Not everybody's going to be a handyman, and it's fine. You don't have to be. I think you should be able to do the bare necessities.
Right.
Like know how to swing a hammer, know how to nail, like hang something in a wall, find studs, not run it through plumbing. I've never done that. I know people that have. And one of them's a real handy guy. Alex did it.
Oh, okay.
He hung something up for his girlfriend at the time in her apartment. And he was like, it was something light. Like, it was like these just have nails. They're not studs. And it was something like that. And he put it through. Like, the next day, she's like, there's like a wet spot in the corner of my room. Come to find out he put it through the plumbing.
Damn, that's crazy.
I'm like, what an idiot.
Yeah,
giving him so much crap for that.
I mean, I guess in your eyes, like, if someone is listening to this episode and they are interested in learning a new skill, how would you suggest that they do that?
Dude, anymore online, you can figure anything out. You can, dude, I've watched some stupid how-to videos where I'm like, okay, this guy's so cheesy, but I'm like, there's people that also have no idea. Like, there was, we watched the guy at work, he just got Starlink, and he's like, is it hard to install? Like, when we were talking, he was talking about getting it, because he moved and he has, like, no internet out there. And he was like, is it pretty easy to install? And, like, we looked up a YouTube video and watching, the guy's, like, talking about, like, these anchors, and, like, we're just sitting there, like, okay, come on, get to the stuff that, but I'm like, there also are people out there that don't know what that, like, we're around it every day. So like, I'm used to it. So anymore, like YouTube, dude, you can find anything on YouTube.
So just finding time and whatever you're doing to learn those skills, even if it's like, let's say you drive a lot or something and want to listen to a podcast.
Dude, think about it. How much do you think, well, you're a hybrid, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, how much do you drive a week? And like in the car?
Yeah, not much. I mean, where I live, the office is only like a 5-minute drive.
Okay.
So
yeah, it's kind of like me. Mine's only like,
but like
I think 8 minutes.
Travel a lot, like planes wise, or sitting in airports. That's when I really do a majority of my reading and things of that nature. Is when I'm on a plane or sitting like in a layover, things like that.
Dude, one of the things I love doing now is like when I'm on the beach, I will read like 3 books in a week at the beach because I just sit down there. I got my cooler right beside me full of beer, and I just continuously grab beer, but I'll just sit there and read and then I'll go get in the water when I'm hot and, you know, play around a little bit. But it's like, I don't know. It is. I read, like, normally I can't do distractions. Like, see, I won't read in bed if Sierra's watching TV. Right. Because I will start watching TV and get distracted. For some reason at the beach, I like zone everything out. I still hear the waves, and it's like, I don't know. I think it is the peaceful factor. It
has to be just feeling so relaxed at the end of the day. But also it's when you're wanting to learn a new skill set, there's a difference between investing in yourself and just expense, right? Mm-hmm. So like I mean there's some people out there that'll go out every single weekend, spend X amount of money at a bar. Let's say you spend $200 at a bar, and then something comes up where maybe they are interested in learning a new skill, and the certification for that skill is $50, and they have a hard time of spending $50 on a certification.
They'll be like, oh, I can't believe that's $50. Like, what the heck?
Right. But that's investing in yourself, whereas spending $200 at the bar every weekend, I mean, what the hell are you investing in? Mm-hmm. You don't have any equity in that bar, you know?
Dude, just an example from me, I have a photography course that I had bought and a video course that I had bought because that's investing in myself in the business. I sat there and debated buying it, and the price was going down. Debated buying it. Well, maybe I'll see if the price will go a little lower. I'll let it go a little. Then I jump back up, and then finally I was like, just buy the damn thing. You know what? You know you want it, and you're just trying to look at it like, oh, I don't know. I don't want to spend that much money, and it's like it's gonna in the long run, you'll make more money because of it because you were learning skills that you don't already have.
Right. Exactly. It's all about building up yourself and investing in yourself. Whether that could be mentally, physically, emotionally, but just if you want to learn a skill set, pretty much what we're saying is like, do that shit, you know, by any means necessary, and do it on your own time. You don't have to force yourself to learn like a new language in a week. If you want to learn a new language, spend X amount of 15 minutes a day learning a new word or a new sentence or a new expression, shit like that.
What is it if you spend 10 minutes a day on one thing in a year, you'll perfect it or something like that? Okay. There's a quote out there of something like that. It may not be that exactly, but if you spend, and it's a little amount of time, because I think there's like X amount of hours a year, like will get you a perfection, not like obvious perfect, like, you know, master level. And I think it's literally like 10 minutes or 5 minutes a day.
Yeah. I mean, that really puts it into perspective though. It doesn't take, you don't have to cram it all in 6 hours a day, you know?
So if you don't want to do it every day, you take an hour every weekend, you're going to get really good at what, I mean, think about it. If you went and shot a basketball 10 minutes a day, you're going to get a hell of a lot better over time. Yeah. Like it's going to be, and you're not going to see the growth really because until you like take a step back and look, but like, you know, say that first day you made 2, say the next day you only made 1. Out of, you know, however many shots, and then all of a sudden by the end you might be missing 2 shots out of 500. Exactly. Like, so just taking a little bit of time can really start to grow you. And I think it's, no matter how good you get at something, there's still more to learn.
100%.
You never know everything about one thing.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be a sponge. There's always someone who's better at you or better than you at something, no matter how far you climb that tree, right? So let's say you're a professional athlete. I guarantee there's an athlete that has done more than you or is working harder than you. So it's always about never being complacent and always be willing to learn and absorb information when it's presented to you at the end of the day.
Oh, dude, I wanted to show you this. You said sponge, and it made me remember, which is kind of weird, but... And I'll put the graphic on the screen.
Yep, exactly.
It's good, and, because, think about it. If you're a sponge when you listen, things are going to slip through.
Yep.
It's not going to collect everything, which sponges are weird to me, side note. But... things are gonna slip through. But if you're that clay brick, you're not absorbing anything.
Right.
Tiniest little bit maybe, but most of it's just bouncing around it, going around it. So you have to listen to learn, not listen to respond. And that's something I catch myself being a little guilty of with the podcast when I have guests on, because I'm listening, but then I'm like, all right, next question. What's the next question?
Right.
Like in my head, because I have to keep the conversation flowing. But honestly, where I do most of my learning from a podcast, because I will say when I record, I don't necessarily get a ton of information off of it when I edit.
Yeah.
It all starts to come in, but then I also go, man, I wish I'd have paid attention more because I wanted to talk about this
yeah.
or, but it's a double-edged sword kind of. But I listening to respond is something that I try to avoid anymore. I quit trying to be the one that's like, I don't want to be a story topper. You know what I mean by that? Like,
yeah, it's like, oh, hey, I killed this 200-pound deer, and they're like, hey, I killed 250-pound deer.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to. I try really hard to avoid try to top everybody's story, because I've done it before. When I was younger, I would try to do that. It's been a long time since I feel like I've really done it, but it's just I because it drives me nuts when I'm talking. You tell a story and then somebody else just kind of goes on past your story and starts telling their own, and it's like, okay, so you didn't listen to my story, really.
You just wanted to tell yours.
You were waiting until you had the moment to be like, I'm better than you.
Yep, exactly. I guess kind of building off of that, not directly building off of it, but do you think you can ever get to a point where you're too old to pivot or to learn new things, can't teach an old dog new tricks type deal?
No. Obviously there might be some physical limitations to that. I'm not if you're 50 years old, there's a very low probability that you are going to try and go to the NFL.
Yeah.
It's not impossible, but it's the probability, the odds are stacked against you in that aspect. And some people literally you physically cannot.
Right.
But mentally, it's never too late to do something, because, my mom worked she was a stay-at-home mom pretty much, but she had a job that she kind of made her own hours for until my sophomore year of college. She went and got a job that she'd never done before, nothing that she really knew anything about. Went and got a job. She's been there ever since and loves it and has worked her way up. And she was she would have been in her 40s or 50s at the time, and went and essentially took a leap of all right, I'm going to go do this job.
Right.
I don't even know where I didn't even know she was looking for jobs. So it was just one day she was like, hey, I start work, so you have to start waking yourself up. And I'm like, what? I was late a lot to school. But, I don't think it's ever too late. I think you can always change. My dad talks about it. He wishes he would have maybe looked for a different job at certain points, but it's the comfortability factor of,
right.
You know what that paycheck is, and you've been here for so long, and you don't want to. I think the hardest part about it is change. A lot of us don't like change, and it's going to be a big change. If you go, get a new job, is it a thing? But, people take up new things all the time. Look at the pickleball, like we talked about. Pickleball is a huge thing that now all of a sudden all these people are playing it, including people that are in their 60s.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's ever too late.
Yeah, and I know this is kind of, I would say, the roughneck answer, right? Or Roughneck's answer. So the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But the second best time is right now. So if it is something you wanted to do previously and you didn't achieve it, why not do it now? It's never too late. You might have some physical factors limiting you or time restrictions, but if you want something to happen, if you want to achieve a goal or obtain a skill, you'll find ways to make it happen.
Yeah, we're not saying you need to go quit your job right now. It's probably not the best idea. You need to have somewhat of a plan. And I've heard this my entire life. You pay your bills 9 to 5, you make your money 5 to 9.
Yep.
And that's the same with kind of your life in a way of growth of knowledge and stuff. Yes, you can probably get some knowledge in 9 to 5, but the true growth happens after work, I feel like, most of the time.
Yep.
For most people. I mean, there are certain people, scientists are in there learning weird things every day. So, but those off hours are so important that a lot of us take for granted, including myself. I do it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's critical, even if it's just simple reflection of your day,
mm-hmm.
and then pulling out the important pieces and embodying those, and then using those important pieces to build on your next day.
Yep.
So something as simple as that 5 to 9, the time when you're not surrounded by life and busy work and whatever keeps your mind racing throughout the day, take time to reflect on it and use those factors to compound your next day.
Yeah, keep stacking. That's what I've tried to do lately, is just stack knowledge and stack skills. I used to be pretty bad about, I'd get pretty good at something. Okay, I'm good enough. And it's like, no, quit being good enough. We're not good enough anymore. Let's be good. Let's be great. Let's be masters at that, whatever that skill is. Now, I mean, obviously that doesn't work with everything for me, but I try to continuously grow from everything that I do with whatever it is. So, but anything else?
No, I think that puts a nice period on it for sure.
It's 2026, guys. We're almost a quarter into 2026 at this point.
Crazy, man.
It's not too late to start, like we've talked about. Start stacking those skills, get those goals rolling, get going. Let's make 2026 a good year. Not new year, new me. It's going to be this, what is it? Not new year, new me. Same me, but better.
Hell yeah. Same me, but better.
So, but you guys know the deal. Volleyball tournament.
Hell yeah.
Volleyball tournament, May 30th at Newark Station. I think it'll be a 3:00 start.
Shotgun start.
Yep. We're shotgunning beers to start. That's how it'll start. Everybody has to shotgun a beer. Otherwise, we will not start playing.
Yeah.
No, there's less drinking at the competitive tournaments. But 3:00 start, May 30th. Sign-ups will be coming soon. Other than that, you guys know the deal. Life is hard. It's going to knock you down just like a bull does to a bull rider. Don't let that bull of life walk all over you. Get up, grab the bull by the horns, and take control of your life. Roughnecks,